Sir Bernard. I'm puzzled, Sir Bernard. Is that sword made of lead?
No, it's a wooden practice sword.
Is it too heavy for you?
No.
Then why don't you swing it occasionally? Haven't you learned anything from the instructions I've given you?
You said to defend myself at all times. I was defending myself.
Yes, but just defending yourself won't win any battles. You've got to attack. Bore in. Understand?
I think so.
All right, then. Let me see a snarl on your face. Snarl! Now, attack! Oh! 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 Sir Lancelot, I'm about ready to give up. That boy's an absolute mystery to me.
Who? What boy?
Sir Bernard. He's big, he's strong, he's quick. He has all the physical qualities of a first-class fighting man, except a fighting instinct.
Oh. Who is he, Lancelot?
Well, he came to Camelot a few days ago. He said his lady love was imprisoned in her own castle and he has to rescue her.
But why did he come to Camelot?
We wanted expert training. He told me he had only 1 week in which to master the art of swordsmanship.
Well, the lady, whoever she is, had better get someone else to champion her. She'll rot in captivity before that coward rescues her.
Oh, Sir Bernard's young. Perhaps all he needs is confidence. Give him another chance tomorrow, Hugh. In the meantime, how about matching strokes with me? I need some exercise.
Well, use wooden practice swords if you don't mind, Sir Lancelot. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Just as you wish, Hugh.
Sir Bernard. Disgrace to knighthood, wretched coward. Look at him. I've a good mind to challenge him myself, personally. Give him a thrashing and send him back from whence he came.
Now, don't let your indignation make you reckless, Sir Kay. Remember what Master Hugh said. That knight, he's big, he's strong, and he's quick.
Is it your point that I might lose to that cowardly dog?
I, who fought at the Battle of Mount Ayr, the Battle of Chichester, the Battle of...
Yes, but those battles were years ago. I noticed you haven't given your right arm much practice lately, except at the dinner table.
I will have you know, Merlin, that I am still in the prime of manhood. I could batter that boy to the dust in 60 seconds. It would take a magician to give him any chance against me. And I mean a real magician, not an old humbug like you.
Sir Kay, would you care to risk 20 crowns of gold on the outcome of a fight between yourself and Sir Bernard?
Gladly.
Then it's a wager. The fight shall take place here in the yard an hour before sundown.
You are too confident of your powers, Merlin. You can't change a lamb into a lion.
But I can try.
Coward!
One of the page boys said you wanted to see me.
Ah, come in, Sir Bernard. I want to discuss with you the subject of courage. You may have heard I am reputed to be a wise man.
Yes, I've heard. You're a magician, too.
Thank you, my boy. You came to Camelot hoping to be made a first-class fighting man. Your purpose? To rescue the lady you love. That in itself proves that you have courage.
Yet when I take a sword in my hand, all courage evaporates.
I know. Your heart thumps. Your limbs grow heavy. Your brow and body damp and cold.
That's right.
Well, don't you know that all these things happen to men on the eve of battle?
Why do you measure that sword so carefully?
This is Sir Lancelot's sword. By measuring it, studying its designs, by testing it with chemicals, I hope one day to discover the secret of its magical powers.
Magical powers?
Surely you've heard of Sir Lancelot's prowess?
Well, I've heard he's the most formidable knight in all Britain.
Of course. And who wouldn't be with a magic sword?
A magic sword? I find it hard to believe.
Don't you know why he's called Sir Lancelot of the Lake?
No.
Ah. Well, one day, having lost his sword in battle, Sir Lancelot rode until evening, till he came to the edge of a mysterious, mist-shrouded lake, when suddenly the waters in the middle of the lake parted, and there appeared the arm of a damsel holding aloft a sword. The arm was that of the Lady of the Lake, who lived in a palace of incomparable beauty below the surface of the water. Sir Lancelot found a barge and rowed out into the middle of the lake, whereupon the lady floated to the surface and revealed a face of wondrous beauty. "Take this sword," said the Lady of the Lake, "for its magic will enable you to win 1,000 battles. And while you wear the scabbard, you will never receive a mortal wound."
So that's why Lancelot is so valiant.
Exactly.
I still find it hard to believe.
Then I will offer you proof. You are fighting Sir Kay this afternoon.
I suppose I'll have to. He challenged me.
Then I lend you the magic sword just for your engagement with Sir Kay. That will prove to yourself that I speak the truth.
You're sure I'll win?
With that sword, you will batter Sir Kay to the dust in 60 seconds.
Merlin, I don't know how to thank you.
Come and see me after your victory, and we will conclude our discussion on the subject of courage, and keep this a secret.
Merlin, you devious old charlatan. Just what are you up to with this boy?
Nothing, just a little experiment in sorcery. I'm trying to turn a lamb into a lion.
And what's all this nonsense about a magic sword?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the lad at all. It's just his lack of confidence in himself. But what could give a man more confidence than a magic sword?
Magic sword? Master Mark the armorer made that sword for me. Oh, it's well designed and beautifully balanced. But it's no more magical than that stuffed raven, and well you know it.
That's exactly what we'll tell the lad after he has knocked the wind out of that pompous idiot Sir Kay. Thus, subtly, we'll transfer his confidence in the sword to confidence in himself. I'll make a knight out of that boy, mark my words. And I have a little wager with Sir Kay, just to add a little spice to my amusement.
Merlin, you're incorrigible.
It's okay. You'd no right to challenge that boy. He's no match for you.
I shan't be too hard on him. Just teach him a lesson and send him home to his mother.
All right. The first man that drives his opponent into the tape wins. At the signal, start fighting. Ready?
It works.
Squire! Squire!
Ah, Master Brian, had a bit of luck, eh?
Lucky shot. I'd have bagged another, only the wind was against me. See you later.
He's not wounded in the chest. I think it's his arm or shoulder.
He's not wounded at all, except in the purse. That'll teach Sir Kay to call me a humbug. Worked beautifully, didn't it?
It's remarkable magic. Well, you better find Sir Bernard immediately and explain. This could be dangerous.
Sir Lancelot,
Yes?
did you lend your sword to anyone?
No, but Merlin did. A young knight named Sir Bernard.
Then he's the one. He just went through the gate wearing it, headed south.
I suppose the young fool's dashed off to save his lady love. You know who she is?
Yes, a Lady Lydia of Garth Castle.
Then you better ride after him and get your sword back.
We'll ride after him.
Now you know how I hate to ride with these creaking old bones of mine.
Merlin, you don't realize how serious this is. Bernard told me that his lady love is imprisoned by 4 brothers, all of them fierce knights. Bernard, moreover, thinks he's in possession of a magic sword, so it's obvious what he plans to do.
He'll challenge them one after another.
Yes, and get himself killed, unless we get there first. Come on.
Are my eyes deceiving me, or is that Leonidas the hermit?
No, you're quite right, it is. Well, you're a long way from your cave, Leonidas. Who's this?
Sir Gareth of Orkney.
Oh, what's the matter with him?
Sir Gareth paused here to ask directions when suddenly a young knight comes galloping up from the direction of Camelot.
A young knight. Can you describe him?
His shield bore a red stripe and a black crescent.
It's the man we're looking for.
Then the young knight's horse splashed some mud on Sir Gareth's horse, and Sir Gareth called the young knight a clumsy oaf. Well, one word led to another.
Who challenged whom?
Well, Sir Gareth challenged. Then the young knight drew his sword, kissed it, and knocked Sir Gareth cold with 3 well-placed blows. Then he got back on his horse and rode south.
Well, that sounds like Sir Bernard, all right. Can you look after him?
Aye, aye, leave him to me.
Farewell, Leonidas.
What's the matter with these 3? Who are they, anyway? It looks as though they've been in a bit of a disaster. You don't suppose our young friends...
3 of them. It's difficult to believe. Old friends, I want a word with you. I'm Sir Lancelot of the Lake, Knight of the Round Table.
Lancelot, we're on our way to King Arthur's court to find you.
We were paroled to you by Sir Bernard, who defeated us in combat. And he said that really you had defeated us. We couldn't quite understand what he meant.
What was the fight about?
Well, there were these maidens bathing in a brook. We forgot our vows of chivalry.
And Sir Bernard reminded you of them. Good for him. Go on to Camelot and wait until I return. My squire Brian will look after you.
Yes, Sir Lancelot.
Thank you, Sir Lancelot.
Can I believe he's you? He must be bursting with confidence by now.
Yes, too much of it. In his present mood, he'll want to take on all 4 of those brothers at once. Come on.
What's all the noise about? Oh, it's you, young Bernard. Go away.
Sir Bernard, I've come to rescue the Lady Lydia. I challenge all 4 brothers.
Challenge them to what, a dancing competition? You better get away from here before they get back.
They're not in the castle?
Oh, they will be soon enough. They've gone hunting.
And I'll talk to Lydia till they return. Is she locked up? Take me to her.
She's in my charge, that's where she is. And there's nobody gonna come in here while Sir Damon and his brothers are gone.
Don't you want to help Lydia? You served her father.
I served him in the stables. But when Sir Damus took over, he made me seneschal of the place, so I know what's good for me, younger Bernard. And if you know what's good for you... Oh!
Open the gate and be quick about it. Take me to the Lady Lydia.
Yes, Sir Bernard, right away.
Lydia, my love.
Bernard, what are you doing here? Those fierce men, they'll be back soon.
Have they harmed you? If they've touched one hair on your head, I'll...
They haven't done anything to me, except insist that I marry one of them. I must choose by tonight.
You don't have to choose. I came to rescue you.
They won't let you do that, Bernard. They'll kill you. They're strong and merciless. Not one of them's ever lost a fight.
I'll take care of them. I'll kill them all.
Bernard, don't talk like that. It won't help me to have you slain. Any one of them alone could kill you.
I know what I used to be like. But I have a secret to tell you. A wonderful, marvelous secret. I'm invincible. It's magic. I have the sword that the Lady of the Lake gave to Sir Lancelot. No one can stand up against it. And the scabbard makes it impossible for me to receive a mortal wound.
Bernard, are you sure that it works for anybody? Even
a rabbit. That's what I was. And I'll be a rabbit again when I've returned the sword to Lancelot. But while I have it, men drop around me like rabbits.
Then you mean you've used it?
Used it? I've beaten 2 famous knights of the Round Table without half trying. I've taken on knights 2 and 3 at a time.
That's the honest truth. Then you're a conquering hero now.
No, I'm not. Not me, really. It's the sword. That's something you'll have to think about, my darling. I can defend you from these ruffians, but when it's all over, and I have to return the sword, then you'll have another choice to make about whether you want a husband like me.
Of course I want you. You know that, my dearest. I always have.
Lydia.
Oh, your sword.
Oh, I'm a clumsy boor.
My boy.
Sir Lancelot.
We followed you all the way.
Sir Lancelot, what I did was unforgivable.
Well, it's hardly the best form to take a man's sword without asking him.
The only thing I can say is I just had to save her. I was going to ride right back to Camelot with it. I just can't fight anyone without magic.
We think you can. Slowed us up on the way here, counting the fallen knights in his path.
You see, Bernard, what you must understand about the magic is the magic behind it. I mean to say the human mind...
Sir Lancelot, I beg a boon of you. Let me keep it for 1 hour more. The villains I have to challenge...
Listen to Merlin.
No. I won't give it up till I've finished my mission. I won't! I'll fight you if you don't let me have it until... It's gone. It was here.
Lydia, do you have a good sword around the castle to lend to your young champion?
Whoa! What's the trouble here?
Too late. They're coming and that villain's given them the sword.
Well, here's another one, just as good.
What are you talking about? As if there could be 2 invincible swords.
There isn't even one. There never was a magic sword, Bernard. Merlin made that story up to give you confidence against Sir Kay.
Yes, but I didn't think he'd go out and challenge the whole world.
You won those fights with your own strength, your own skill. Just as you can win this one.
I don't believe you. I know it was magic. It had to be. I was helpless without the sword, and with it I could fight anyone.
Sir Bernard!
Come on, Bernard.
I hear you came to challenge us. I accept in the name of my brothers. You don't mind if I use your precious sword, do you?
Go ahead. You can fight as well as you did with the other. I swear there was no magic.
You're lying. I know it. No one could stand up against that sword.
Afraid, Master Bernard?
I wasn't lying, Bernard. The lady is under my protection as well as Sir Bernard's. And I demand that you and your brothers quit this castle and never molest her again.
You demand? Against this enchanted sword?
Lancelot's beating him. Lydia, do you realize what this means?
It means the sword isn't magic.
Aha! Better than that! It means I'm no rabbit!
Cut him down, you fool, Roderick!
See what I mean, Bernard? You that does a punch, not the sword!
Ha ha! Thanks, Lancelot! Yield or die.
I yield.
Collect your wounded, and then I'll dictate the terms of surrender.
You're the greatest knight in the world.
Looks like as though we could be starting back for Camelot.
Yes, I suppose so. I'd like to get my magic sword back, though. Unless you'd like to make me another one.
Just a minute, darling. Want me to get it for you?
Yes, if you think you can.
Well, I've swum in it all my life.
All right, go ahead.
Turn around.
You see, Bernard, the magic sword was a complete fiction from beginning to end. The whole idea of an invincible weapon and an enchantress who lived below the surface of the water.
Now listen to my story, yes, listen while I sing of days of old in England when Arthur was the king, of Merlin the magician and Guinevere the queen, and Lancelot the bravest knight the world has ever seen. In days of old, when knights were bold, this story's told of Lancelot. He rode the wilds of England, adventures for to seek, to rescue maidens in distress and help the poor and weak. If anyone oppressed you, he'd be your champion. He fought 1,000,000 battles and he never lost a one.
In days of old, when knights were bold, this story's told of Lancelot. In days of old, when knights were bold, this story's told of Lancelot.